Hello and welcome back to Sim Racing Superstar, the series where every word of the title is questionable, actually. My name's Ash, and once again I'm going to be reviewing a race that I took part in April of last year, so I've forgotten the majority of what happened. I remember some details here and there, but for the most part it's going to be like blind reacting to my own driving, and chances are I'm not going to like what I see. Now, today's event is Group 3 cars at Monza, and it's a daily race C. For those of you who don't know, that means it's a slightly longer race with tyre wear, fuel consumption active. And I believe in this race, you have to use two different compounds of tyre, both the hard and the medium tyre. And that leads to one of the mistakes that happens that I do remember. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now, as you may have spotted, I am completing my qualifying lap in one of my favourite cars, the Aston Martin DBR9 in the Gulf livery. But even though I had the one lap pace, I wasn't massively keen on how stable I felt doing it consistently. So I changed car and go into the race. So this is my fastest lap that I qualify with. Let's go racing. Here we are then, so qualified 6th, and as you can see I've gone for the Nissan Schulze Motorsport car. So here we go, race number 1, 10 laps, 1 pit stop required, and we are off and running. And immediately at Monza, the most important thing is getting the tow, getting the slipstream. Now the car behind me is already pulling in, clearly maybe the better straight line speed, but we're coming up to turn 1 at Monza, which is always scene of some trouble. I brake early. I'm looking pretty safe at the minute. I'm checking the radar. Someone steams in. I get a little bit of a knock. I knock into the car ahead. Oh, but I think I kind of get away unscathed there. That's alright. I did knock into serial beef. I don't feel that was my fault. We're okay. So, up to 5th then. And still alive, crucially, from the first chicane into the second chicane now. Brake well. A couple of lunges going on behind me, but I'm away from them. The other Schulze Motorsport car has gone off ahead of me. Just managed to avoid them. We're up to 4th. Really tidy little start now as we come into the first of the 2 Lesmos. Hold that tight. Serial beef getting a bit wide. Oh, I'm getting a little bit shaky on the throttle. And Green Ranger is closing in on me now as we get out of the second Lesmo. Hammer down. And we're okay. Coming up to the Ascari chicane now, and we have got the run on serial beef. We're going to look to make a move. This is very aggressive for me if I do look for it. He's just kind of put the car in the middle though, so no real move. The Corvette in front of us, I make sure I brake early so I don't hit him, but the car behind me smashes into me. I hit into serial beef. Sorry, serial beef. Green Ranger has just rear-ended me for I think possibly the 2nd time this race. But I'm up to 3rd. It's a bit cheeky, but I didn't do that. I didn't cause that. De Merck, the Austrian, leading from Armour. Is that what? I mean, if that's what it is, it's very clever. So, 6th to 3rd on lap 1. Yes, more of this. I've learnt my lesson from the last episode. I am not messing about with the power settings, because even though fuel consumption is on, doesn't necessarily mean you need to power save, and I think I've already kind of twigged here that I'm not having to. No further comment. And this is where it's all about consistency now. This is why I didn't come into the race with the DBR9. I just felt like, while I could get a quicker single lap out of it, I was having to kind of watch myself too much, like correct myself too much to try and get consistent pace. Whereas the Schulze Motor, the Nissan, easier to drive. The big thing on this game is 1.5 seconds. If you are above one... Oh! An armor's gone wide. Lost it out of the Ascari chicane. And we take 2nd. And what I was about to say was 1.5 seconds is the target, because if you're above 1.5 seconds, you are not in slipstream range on this game. Green Ranger has come up the order with us, because they started 7th, I think, just behind us, and they are, you know, they're behind us. They are shutting the gap to us as well, under a second now, so we're going to have to watch out for them, as they have rear-ended us twice already. Ah, now, come on, please. There we go, thank you. Turned it up. At least I've realised quicker than last time. Look at the gap coming down now, and Green Ranger, oh, does a dive up the inside. Over exit. I think I've fortunately realised that he was going to overshoot, so I just let him go. And we hold on to second. Green Ranger drops a place. The gap now 7/10 to Jan the Stone, who's now behind us. Armour trying to recover in 5th. I mean, his name probably isn't Armour. It's probably just like, you know, or what. Anyway, I'm calling him Armour. Into the pits we go. Now, as you can see, I'm on the hard tyre. However, I panicked there and didn't notice that I was already on the hard tyre. And I thought, crap, what tyre do I change to? And I thought, oh, the hard tyre's flashing. That's the one I need to go on to. No, I needed to do the other one. And if you don't go on both tyres, you get a penalty. So, even though I don't know it yet, I'm going to get a penalty. Because I couldn't remember what tyres I was on. Even though it told me. Because I panicked in a race situation. And I would like to be a racing driver. You see the problems I'm facing here? The general level of incompetence. So putting aside to the fact that I don't know I'm about to get a 20-second penalty for not using both tyres, I've come out third. There's a gap to the car behind me. And I know that Armour ahead has not stopped. So I'm now just in a race with Armour to make sure I come back out ahead of him. And here we go. Armour's in straight away. Now it's a shorter pit stop than in real life in Gran Turismo Sport. I think I'm probably going to get past him. He's coming out, so yeah, we've just managed to get out ahead. Pretty much about the same sort of gap that it was before the pit stop, so we've just managed to hold station there. So that's okay. Still looking very shaky though since the pit stop for some reason. It's not been the best of drives since we've come in. I'm trying to break the toe now, and he's wise to it, and he's just going to casually glide across the track with me. Heavy braking zone into turn 1, and Armour's... oh, he's just gone straight in the back of me. And I've tried to do the runoff, and it's just reset me back up the road. Oh, well, okay. So, yeah, disappointing. And now it's just making sure I don't fall into Green Ranger's clutches, because that man is a wild card in the braking zone. Group 3 shows up a lot in Gran Turismo Sport, and you can... oh! Demerck has gone into the pits. He's gone back onto the hard tyre. I didn't spot that. Maybe he's done 2 medium stints and he's now not had to switch to the hard tyre. But Demerck has come back out ahead of Armour. Up ahead. Ah, well. Oh, and they've switched places. There's a yellow flag up ahead. There's... oh, they're both off. Oh, Christ. Armour's there. And in the gravel trap, we back up to second. Demerck is just there. I'll let you in on a little something. I thought I finished second in this race. That's... okay. Remember now, yeah. Justice was served there. I was very much punted out of second place. So Demerck has had a great race, to be honest. I don't think you can begrudge taking the win away from him. He's been in pretty much at the front the whole time. He hangs on to win. Just questionable strategy to pit on lap 9 when you're not that far ahead of second. But I come home second. Oh, no, I don't, because of the penalty. Oh, he had a penalty, so I do finish second. 20-second penalty. Or do I? Hang on, they're still running. Oh, okay. Turns out I didn't finish second. Armour still got the fastest lap. Finished 15th in the end. I actually think he says sorry, you know. He says sorry to... sorry to Demerck, not to me. Congratulations. Oh yeah, climb out, mate. In my infinite wisdom, I did actually record the replay of what happened between Demerck and Armour in turn 1. So, here comes Demerck. Does his pit stop. He comes out just ahead. Obviously Armour's going to be moving quicker, but actually he's clearly ahead. And they're just both in the braking zone. Oh my word. I genuinely don't even know what he's thinking there. There's a late lunge, and then there's that. Race 2. Qualified 11th for this one. We're starting from slightly further back. And we are off and running. And as you can see, I've changed from the Nissan to the Mercedes. And I quite like this car. Here we go. Into turn 1. Try and avoid the trouble again. Oh, braking slightly late. Oh! I've hit the Nissan, who's hit another Nissan, and spinning and madness, and I've lost SR, rightly so. I'm up to 6th, incredibly, no penalty. The GT Sport penalty system there showing that it is true and just as always. Going into the second chicane. Oh, Pafu's gone what? Oh my word. Oh. Okay, GT Michael's having a bad time. He's going to come across. Oh, he's caught me. I'm round. To be honest, in its own way, justice was kind of served there. I think it's fair enough that I got taken out and ended up at the back. So, that's slightly embarrassing. I do apologise to everyone that I hit in that opening altercation. That was, wasn't good. Here we go, we're going to look for the move on GT Michael. We're going to go to the racing line. Don't hit him a second time in a row. We move under braking, which is technically a no-no, but we're up the inside, and that's actually... it's quite a decent move, actually. So the first one of the... well, this suspension's f***ed. Right. There's a gap to the car behind us, so I just need to stay out over there, almost 4 wide going into turn 1. No thank you. Just don't hit anybody. Stay clear. We're around the outside of Shawnee, but Shawnee's going to take the lead. Now we've got the inside line for the exit, and we're up to 12th. Prime Sprout has got a penalty, so we might have a chance to get past them at the penalty line, if not before, because of all the jostling, they're losing speed. I'm having to kind of adjust, though, so I don't run into anybody. Up to the next chicane. And again, just poke my nose out, but no hits. Car round. And we're up to where we started, back to 11th now. Ooh, good race so far. 3 laps in, lots of action. I mean, I say it's a good race, it's entertaining. My performance is, it's up and down, but it's fun. I like an eventful race, even though it is struggling to get in the top 10. We move out pretty much alongside him before he even serves the penalty, and we are past Prime Sprout into the top 10. Let's try and get consistent. Oh, as the back end gets a little bit loose into Ascari, but we hold it. Shawnee 8 still behind us, about 8/10 of a second. Nissans are doing bunny hops. I'm in the top 10. I'll take it. Oh, but Shawnee 8 is now coming back at us, has got the run up the inside. I'm going to try and outbrake him, try and hang it round the outside if I can into the chicane. It's not working. Going to cut back and tuck in, and we're going to try and get the exit speed out of the chicane, and we're going to go side by side. Who's got the straight line speed? He's got the inside line. Yep, it's going to be a tuck-in job. Decent move there from Shawnee 8. Stay on the brakes. Don't hit him. Oh, the back's twitching again. Oh, with another car's gone. Just need to have a good exit from Parabolica. Very twitchy. Oh, and Edgar's gone wide already, and Edgar's gone. So up to 9th. He's not getting away from me, but I need to try and, you know, line him up for a move as best I can. All about getting a good exit so we can line him up for the next braking zone. Oh, I've not taken Ascari particularly well there. Oh, but I've got the better exit, just as I was saying. We're alongside. We are going to probably be ahead of him by the time we get to Parabolica, but he's going to have the inside line. Who's going to brake later? Me, slightly, but he's got the inside. I'm going to leave him the space. And I'm going to get around him around the outside of Parabolica. That's a decent little move. We are up to 7th, but he is surely going to come back at us into turn 1. Other cars going into the pits. We're up to 6th now, but obviously yet to stop. And he's going to come to try and outbrake into turn 1. Can I hold it? So I've got the inside line coming on the exit, and it's actually looking like that's going to be the case. Nice and respectful to the opening chicane, and we are past Shawnee 8. The gap. Oh, and I think he's gotten a little bit shaky on exit as the gap's over a second now. I'm actually quite proud of that. That was deliberate and good driving. This was tucking in now. It looks like it. Here we go. So we're on the hard tyre. We switch to the mediums. No refueling required. Shawnee 8 has come in at the same time as us as well. So we're going to hold position as we come out. And we rejoin in 6th place. 8-second gap to the car up ahead. Pafu, though, the French driver, is now between Shawnee 8 and myself. I've overshot the first corner, but just managed to hold on. Pafu is definitely going to have the run coming into the next chicane. Cold tyres, not quite up to speed yet. It's the grippier tyre, but we're not quite up to race pace yet, and he's managed to get past us, but I've had to basically avoid him as he's throwing it up the inside. We've got the inside line, though, coming into the Lesmo. Can we retake it? Hold on. Yes, we do, and we're just ahead. Oh, and we just clip the curb and end up clipping him, and actually Shawnee 8 also bumps him out the way as well. I don't know how I feel about that one. That was, again, a little bit questionable. Possibly a chance to get past. Disrupt the battle between me and Shawnee 8 once again. Ooh, we're going to get past. We're going to try and brake late. He brakes later. Way too late, though. He takes himself out. Again, he's in the slipstream. Less than 3/10 by the time we're into the braking zone. And he is charging up. Is he going to try and fire up the inside? I'm going to leave him the space. Oh, it's a brilliant move from Shawnee 8. Probably didn't defend aggressively enough there. I left the door wide open. Like I say, hands up, I don't know how this goes. I have a feeling I don't beat him. Oh, and there has been some action. 2 cars have gone off, clearly at turn 1, and now they're right with us. Oh, and Shawnee's lost it. Oh, just coming out of the exit of turn 1 of the first chicane, Rettifio. So we are ahead of him. Does he come back at us? I'm not sure, but we can see second place. Second place has got a penalty. The leader is only 8.2 seconds up the road. Still changes could happen here. And are they going to go side by side into Ascari? If I were me, which I am, I would stay out of it. And they've both psyched themselves out trying to defend the position. We are right behind them over the corner. Oh, I've ended up catching them. Oh, no, dear. And Shawnee, 2-second penalty. Saw an opening on the exit of Ascari, just ended up clipping Vidrain, the Belgian driver. Fortunately, I don't take them out. They hold position. I ended up being the big loser. Penalty. Shawnee holds the position. Gutted. However, there is a penalty up ahead. Rizzuto makes my mistake of doing the wrong tyres, so we inherit 5th place. Happy with these performances so far, though, got to be said. Gained 6 positions. One more race to go. Let's see what happens. Here we go. One final race. And we qualify the lowest we have so far. 14th place for this one. Here we go. Stuck with the Mercedes one last time. Brace for impact. It's Monza turn 1 again. Here we go. Didn't get it right last time round. Did quite a good job in the first race. How are we going to do this time? Brake early. Very much making sure I don't make that same mistake again. Decent move in the second part of the braking phase, but I've been tipped. I mean, is it really Monza turn 1 if you don't get absolutely yeeted at least once? There we go. I was going well, but someone clearly went in too quick. Around we go. Work to do, I guess. There will be other casualties on lap 1, so let's pick up a few places straight away. I'm sure there will. Oh, there we go. Couple right there. Pass Von Prepper before he becomes solid again. Catch up with this guy up towards Ascari. Here we go. Oh, one round. There we go. Just pick up these nice easy ones. And there's another Nissan, another car over there. We're up to 15th. We're up to 14th. We are back to where we started already. And 2 cars with 1 second penalties right ahead. So here we come round to turn 1 again. Oh, and Run Tom is going to go in and make his stop early. He's on the medium tyres. Don't know why he'd want to go that early and spend less time on the quicker tyre, but these 2 Nissans should be close enough to take one, if not both, or are they gonna re-solidify right in front of me. That's lovely. So I'm gonna have to ease off. They're gonna go side by side into Ascari though, so there still might be a chance if they don't do this cleanly. A touch, but all very very gentlemanly. If anything, I was probably better in the Nissan. I'm not sure why I've stuck with the Mercedes in hindsight. Side by side. They're fighting. There's a really good fight between these 2 up ahead. But still a chance to pick up the pieces. Oh! DBR9 coming out of the pits now. Axel on John. And unfortunately, he's parked it right in the middle. And oh, he's tried to brake. I think I've outbraked myself. Just holding it on. I am going to get the move done because I'm just going to plonk the car right there. Passed, and Divius is passed as well. So I'd be very surprised if we manage a top 10 place here, starting 14th, down to 20th after turn 1. Divius goes into the pits behind us. We are gaining, closing. Is it going to be enough? We look up the inside, into turn 1, he brakes later. He brakes way too late. He tries to do what I do, which is use the runoff. Past the halfway point of the race, and we are above the halfway point of the field. And we'll get a little bit shaky. Oh, and that was unforced error there, and Axel on John is past us in the DBR9. Can we get that place back from Axel on John? Oh, and there's a car going round ahead, Norwegian driver TG Main, who is still... Oh, I was going to say he's... That screwed them both over. He was, he'd still ghosted up to a point, then literally rematerialised at a point where they would just instantly hit, and that screwed them both over. So while we are in a quiet moment, and it seems like I'm not making any mistakes, as always with Sim Racing Superstar, I take the gap between my qualifying time and the best qualifying time in the world and add it to the average of every event that I take place in, to see what the gap is between myself and the best players in the world, and see if that gap is going up or down. So in this event, the fastest time in the world was set by PR1 Fire. It was a 1 minute 49.8. Oh, sorry, 1 minute 45. I was going to say 1 minute 49.8. Obviously not. Position gained, by the way. So yeah, the fastest time in the world set by PR1 Fire was a 1:45.3. My time was a 1:49.8. So while I've done quite well in these races, at least the first 2, this could still be an absolute bin fire by the end. My 1 lap pace clearly still wasn't there. I didn't spend a lot of time on it as we go into the pits to switch, I assume, from hards to mediums. Yep, there we go once again. So yeah, 1 lap pace wasn't there, so that was 4.4 seconds off the pace, which means the average goes up again. Only slightly, by 0.06 of a second, but again, it's stuck at like 3.7 seconds, and you think, well, this is it. Surely this proves the point of my experiment, that actually I will always be around 3.7 seconds off the quickest players in the world. However, I know that isn't the case, and very soon things do take a turn. Quite a few cars together up at the Ascari chicane. Conti's looking like he's going to make a move, and he really shouldn't. He's done alright though. Oh, they've caught TGI Main. It's caught Conti. Managed to just get around the outside of both of them without any real drama. And we're into the top 10 just like that. That was... They did well not to touch for as long as they did. Definitely going to have to get my head down and do some good laps if I'm going to be in striking distance of either of them in the remaining time. We are now right up to them. Can we get a good exit out of the second Lesmo? Ooh. I think we push the definition of track limits. It should be fine as two wheels were still on the tarmac, and we are now right behind them. They're going to go defensive. Oh no, they're just going to weave. Clown. So they're just going to weave across the road. And he gets a little bit sideways. Sideways again. Hold it through. We're just going to have to sit behind him. Not rushing it. And oh, he's 0.5 second penalty. We're going to surely be looking at moving to turn 1 here. Step out. We're going to be alongside. Here we go. On the brakes. Brake at pretty much the same time. He's going to have the inside for the exit. But he tucks in early. Pretty much hits me. And makes that easy for me. So, we are up into 8th place. And he's got a penalty to serve. So hopefully we should hold on to that. Divius is 2 seconds away. Might be too far for us. Here we go. Through Ascari one last time. Hopefully I don't make any silly mistakes. Again, still a few cars there up the road. We might... Oh, someone's... Oh, Armour! It's Armour again! On the last lap, having an absolute mare. He's just... What is this guy? Armour, you legend. We finished 5th. Apropos of absolutely nothing, Valespi Lopez for some reason doesn't run both tyres. Armour decides to take everyone out. And we finish 5th. It was a good drive. It wasn't that good, but still... 3 very good results there. Look at that. 9 places gained. Another clean race star, which I question, but means my sportsmanship rating at least remains intact. There we go. Lovely stuff. So, the average is hovering about the same gap, but the race performances definitely make a marked improvement. However, as I said, there is definitely better performances on the way. In fact, in the very next episode. And hopefully, I will see you then. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.